everyone, welcome back. So currently we are in week 5 of Voyage 18 and we are having some very beautiful weather in our area. It's gotten a lot cooler and I think it's nice to have these cool days. That way when it gets that hot summer, we'll at least have a couple of relaxing days. But this I'm very much enjoying because it's almost, you definitely need a jacket because that's cool. So, for the month of May and probably even June, I'm probably going to post my videos sporadically. A lot of it is because I have items that are going to be during the weekend where I have plans for the weekend. And I was in a pattern of doing stuff on Sundays, and then I realized sometimes I'm busy on Sundays, but I usually do my banking stuff on Fridays. So what I'll do is I will try to stay on task, but there's going to be like the next couple of weeks I'm going to be busy on the weekends, so I'm probably just going to upload on different days just to keep in the process of it all. So once again, I said we're in week 5 and we have the 5 starfish joining us for this voyage. And for last time, we're basically getting a Citibank almost, well, yeah, pretty much paid off, but it's still gonna be an active card, but we want to have room to make it active. So, and I figured that was the best starting point on that one because I'm already seeing some progress with this process as is. So, we're also using a small revolving line of credit. And so last time we ended off at $988.38 on that line. We then had $125 we took out for cash. There was 1 penny of dividends, and this is one of those crazy lines where even though you're paying interest, they're running this promotion where you get interest, so it's a little confusing at times, but I'll just put the numbers down and not even worry about the how or the why, just making sure everything equals as it should at the end of each time. And also another problem I realized, I wanted to make sure the mortgage payment cleared before I updated, and to me, I think I needed them, since it's such a big payment, I needed to see it clear through the account first. And then we paid $124.37 to the line of credit. I believe that was number, would have been 1, 2, line of credit 3, it looks like, yeah. And then we did a payment of $123.65, and that went on line of credit 2. And then we redid a loan, and this loan is at 4.75%. And the payment did go up a little bit, but we were able to put money that was going at a higher rate onto this. So then we did $241 as that first loan payment. And then on Friday we did our $1,000 into that account. We also did a payment to line of credit 1 for $119.21. And then we had the mortgage go through, and that was for like $781.66. All right, so after all those items cleared that line of credit, we ended up with the line has available $473.50. And actually, I'll I'm gonna write that. Kind of looks like an H when I accidentally got a dot there. So 473.50 is how the line of credit ended for the week. And then once again, Friday's just in a couple of days, so we'll have more going on to that. And then some of the items that we'll be going through. And I think what it is, I was going to run some of these items through with that 473.50, but then I realized I have about 182 for student loans coming out, so I wanted to make sure I wasn't cutting myself too tight on that. And then 350 for American Express, and I also ran other items through that. And I'm thinking with American Express, we're just going to do a flat monthly payment of 350, and there's $150 of expenses currently going through all on its own, so we would be having 200 going towards the interest and the paying down on it, on that American Express. And so with the 150, I think we have a phone bill, there's a Netflix, and then there's also our internet is on that American Express. And then we also have car insurance due. That's around 155. And then we have a gas bill, which I did run through the Visa, and then the Visa cycled out, so we owe Visa payment. So I'll be leaving that until Friday to work on. And then we have that Discover too. And even though the payment's 180, I like to do a flat 200 since that's a balance transfer due in September. And then we still have that 300 to do on the furnace. And maybe I will start, depending on how our numbers look, I might just start sending small payments on that just to get it down a little bit. So with the card we are working on, it's a city card. And it's at 5,380 is the limit. And then the last time we did an update on that card, we had done a chunk of 2,000 towards that, and we had a couple items that cleared through it. So we ended up with a balance of $3,422.56. And then since that has updated in the last few days, we did have an item for $63.29, and then also one for $21.45. And then that gives us $3,507.31 as that city balance. And I think we will probably send another payment towards that. Or actually, I think I'm also just going to maybe cycle stuff through the line of credit and just maybe do small payments on there till we can chunk it. Or maybe I might just do the big chunks. I'm not sure, because we still want to cycle through and get our money back in after that last big chunk. So I was trying to determine how much had paid off so far on this voyage. So currently we have paid, we did a $500 chunk to city. We've done a $2,000 to that same city. So that's at $2,500 paid so far. Then we had a target that was for $311.62 that was on the voyage also, and that got paid. And also we had a small revolving credit for $247.71. So far we've paid $3,059.33 in that last 5 weeks. So that right now is what we have paid off. And I think it's not as being as aggressive as I had been, because I'm realizing sometimes that makes it a little harder to stay in budget too. So I think what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and keep cycling through things to this line of credit, and then when we get more amounts, we will apply it to that city and get that squared away. And I think the American Express is going to be possibly one of the next items on the list, but we might go after a small one like a student loan too. Let's see, I wonder if that's, trying to look through my notes to see if I got everything I wanted to talk about and updated. But that's how things are going. I just wanted to get something down because I was waiting for, I realized I wanted that mortgage payment to clear, just to make sure all the accounts lined up and the numbers were staying the same. And then once again on Friday, we will go forward, and that student loan will be coming out on tomorrow. I will most likely make an American Express payment, pay the car insurance, and then give Visa the gas bill payment. So let me know if you have any questions or comments. And if you have followed me this far in the video, I think the code word will be horse. And thank you for following me. Please like and subscribe to watch my debt journey. And once again, if you have any questions or comments, leave those below. And I thank you for joining me today. Bye.